What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin considered going to light heavyweight if the prospects and the opponents are really good. But he stated that his focus is not the light heavyweight division as of now. He stated that he's a competitor and he likes to fight and he wants to see, he wants to get in the ring again. He wants to see how he looks. And then we will tell in June once his opponent is picked and he looks forward to fighting again. And, you know, me counterpunching Gennady Golovkin. Gennady Golovkin should have actually been considering going to 168 or 175. Simply because at the time at 160, let's go back 3 years ago. 2016, he was the boogeyman of the middleweight division. And he was a guy that was looking for particular fights. You know, Peter Quillen didn't seem to want to fight him. You had Chris Eubank Jr., which the negotiations, something happened with negotiations, something with Chris Eubank Sr., and that fight didn't happen. I don't know who pulled out. I don't even really remember that time. But the fight didn't happen, you know, bizarrely. Let's see. Billy Joe Saunders, you know, that fight was kind of, you know, it was just a lot of fighters, especially after he beat Lemieux. You know, he outboxed Lemieux, busted up Lemieux, and later on stopped Lemieux. Okay? And Lemieux was at the time, you know, in the heavyweight division, one of the hardest punchers at heavyweight. At the middleweight division, one of the hardest punchers there. Okay? So, and a lot of people then thought, oh, he's the boogeyman. Nobody really wants to fight him until, you know, people started calling him out. Andre Ward, you know, that fight was on the table. He didn't want to go up to meet Andre Ward at 168. Erislandy Lara, you know, wanted to come to 160 to fight him. Abel Sanchez didn't want that fight. So what happens when you are considered the boogeyman? A lot of times people eventually will get the balls. People will turn into pioneers. People will say, you know what? Fuck it, I'll fight him. And, you know, then we'll see who really is avoiding who. And to come to this day to see everything that has happened, Golovkin just wanted to really fight one person. You know, he fought Danny Jacobs, but after that he fought Canelo. That's it. He fought Canelo and only wanted to fight Canelo when other fights were available. He lost his IBF belt fucking with Canelo. You know, we've been there with Golovkin. So at that time, when he figured that nobody wanted to fight him in the middleweight division, he should have went to 168, then 175 anyway. Honestly, you know, I would have loved to see Golovkin versus the Crusher Kovalev. Kovalev and Golovkin, that would have been a super fight. You know, they could have had that in Kazakhstan, Russia. That would have been really hot in Russia. You know, and a lot of people ridiculed Golovkin for not wanting to move. And I defended Golovkin to a certain degree because I'm like, okay, Hagler didn't move up either. But I'm like, Hagler had dancing partners. Golovkin really didn't for a while. And Golovkin was coming, and this is the end of Golovkin's career, mind you. You know, I mean, we can't say he's just over until we see his next fight. But the better years of Golovkin is past, okay? Especially when he had that aura of invincibility. Nobody seemed to want any of that smoke. Okay, so, you know, him saying that he's going up to light heavyweight, I don't think he wants to do that because he hasn't done that thus far. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, well, why would you do that now? I guess if you lost that I guess you have no, so to say, you know, one draw and one loss. You know, I guess that may just stop caring enough. I'm not sure. But based on that particular interview, he's not focused on moving up unless it's a real good opponent. But we already know who's up there right now. And you have a great plethora of fighters there. You got Bivol. You could fight Alvarez coming back to see how he does with someone quick. You know, of course, you got Kovalev. You got, you have a lot of fighters there that he could fight. can choose from. So, and honestly, I would love to see someone come to that division and spice it up. You know? And then the thing is, he's waiting for Canelo, I feel, to this day, he's waiting for Canelo, which isn't cool. I think he should focus on his own career and not worried about, oh, I want a trilogy fight. You're a good boy. No, none of that. Canelo has other obligations. Canelo has a tough fight with Gennady Jacobs. And then after that, he's probably going to take on Andrade. So his calendar's full because he's trying to get undisputed middleweight champion, something that you failed to do. Okay? So if he failed to do that in middleweight, and that was one of his goals, supposedly, besides fighting El Cinnamon, he should have went to 168 and tried to make a claim there. But Canelo beat you to the punch because he already done a piece of that by beating Rocky Fielding. So anyway, I'll leave the link in the description. You guys tell me what you think about Gennady Golovkin. What do you think his next plans are? Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.